Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is Horizon Review, and you're in the zone with me, Isaiah. And for this interview, interview. For this review, I will be reviewing Horizon Zero Dawn in a different way. Instead of seeing my nice, lovely face, I will pretty much be doing commentary of a review, which, again, this would be something new. And if I screw this up, that means it worked. Anyways, so where was I? Oh, yes. Yes, this is the video game called Horizon Zero Dawn. And I love the game. And I will go over some interesting moments. Well, before topics of it, but I will do that now. The first topic we're going to talk about is the characters. Yes, you played a character of Aloy, or Olia. Okay, she's pretty much a huntress. How to put it like that. Anyways, Aloy, God, that's a terrible name. And yes, she is pretty much, I can say it like this, one of the best female characters in video games, much more better than Lara Croft, for many reasons I don't want to go into this video for. But anyways, I'm going to keep this story a secret in this review because you have to play the game to actually witness the crazy moments of gameplay and also the story, how it weaves together and how you can pretty much discover new things within the story and the gameplay. I know that makes no sense what I just said there because it just makes me repeat the same words over and over again. But anyways, back to what I was saying before. Yes, you're Aloy. You live in a small tribal area where you're pretty much an outcast for one strange reason that we don't know why. But your good father figure, Ross, trained you from birth on how to become a great huntress in the coming world of the wild, where it's ruled by machines, cross between animals and machines. And the only reason is you only get to see turkeys, and you see foxes and see raccoons and some geese if you're lucky. Yes, I was not doing great on that one, but anyways, like I was saying before. Yes, like I said, wow, there's not a lot of animals that are not robotic in the game, but that's okay because the robotic animal monsters pretty much are the main stars of this game. And there is a lot of unique and a lot of crazy animals or animal monsters to take down. And it ranges from a crocodile, from a worm-like monster, and an eagle, and there's so much more. I can't really tell you because you have to experience the game because it's just fucking amazing at best. This is the PS4 game that you've all been waiting for. But back to the situation at hand. Yes, Aloy. Oh my God, fuck it. Anyway, Aloy. Her abilities from her oh my God, not echo, but you call those things oh my goodness, what are those headpieces? Not echo. It's gonna drive me insane. While I remember the name for those stupid head devices, Aloy becomes like, imagine Arkham series mixed with a lot of oh my goodness. It is a cross between Arkham and Far Cry 3's type of gameplay and wilderness, where the animals is pretty much your biggest enemy next to humans. And yeah, I don't know what the hell I was doing in this gameplay, but anyways. Anyways, back to what I said beforehand. Yes, Aloy, back to Aloy. I keep on losing my mind, keep sidetracking to a lot of things. Anyways, Aloy, she becomes more of a pronoun and pretty much a powerful character at the end of the game when she learns where she comes from. And her skills with the bow and spear are very, very cool. I love the animations, how she swings it back and forth, how she picks up big ass weapons to shoot down her enemies, and her silent takedowns are really vicious and really brutal. And the game doesn't go all out gore on you, which is a good thing because using too much gore on this type of gameplay will ruin the game experience for some people, even for myself. And going on from there, Aloy is a quick learner. And again, there's so many characters that I can't really remember at this moment. But to be honest with you, you're just gonna remember Aloy. And that's about it. Oh man, but you meet a lot of kooky and crazy characters. You meet the bad guys, which is pretty much all machines, but the machines are more menacing in a sense. They don't have much of a personality, but it makes you feel like you're in danger. Can you actually defeat this monster? Can you do this X, Y, and Z? And that's why I love the ending of this game, because you fight yourself against a big, I mean really big mechanized war machine, and there's a time limit, because the time limit is actually very important. I can't tell you more because that'd be a spoiler to the whole story arc itself. But anyways, that's pretty much all I want to go into the character development, because that's pretty much about it. You're just gonna remember Ayla and not everybody else, because it has my my boy from Fringe, that black guy, Riddick. Riddick. I won't remember that black guy's name. However, look this up. No, I can't look it up right now. I'll worry about that later. Anyways, so again, you meet a lot of great characters and like good voiceovers, and the acting's great. You just gonna remember Ayla more than anyone else. Not because it's bad. It's just that you can't remember everyone's names like that. Like, oh yeah, it's who is that person again? Right. And the villagers in the gameplay, in the game itself, aren't the brightest of the bunch. But again, you can't really blame them. They're in tribal areas. Ayla is a quick learner, and she knows that these things are not based on spiritual realm, but actual robotic and scientific realm. Again, I'm saying a lot. Oh my goodness, I just remember the words for those head pieces now. Echo, Meko, Peko. Yes, my reviews are not that good. It's supposed to be comedy in the most worst way ever. Echo. It is Echo. We're just gonna pretend his name is Echo. Focus. No, I remember. Your focus. Man, that took me forever to remember that shit. Anyways, and yes, your focus is again like your Arkham Knight ability, where it's like your detective mode. But in this detective mode, you don't really fight people. You can't really fight at all. You just gotta pretty much walk and observe your environments, which I like a lot. I thought it was gonna be like a pain in the ass, but you gotta use it in moderation, and you have to switch back and forth. That's what makes the gameplay much more of a challenge and more interesting too, because these monsters, or these animal-like robotic monsters, are very unique. They don't repeat. Well, they repeat some patterns, but you gotta find out new ways how to take them down. And your abilities become more of a key and more of a fun adventure. I don't know what I was doing there. Anyways, again, all these monsters have the patterns, but it's your way how you want to take them down. You can do it by their pattern, do it some different pattern, or just tie them down. There's so many interesting ways to take down gigantic monsters and animal beasts. And because there are unique monsters you have to fight, and some of them have annoying as hell powers or attacks, and it's hard to avoid at times. And I'll explain more in the negative section, but again, I want to focus on the positive, because I love this game a lot. The gameplay never got boring. It didn't get like, oh god, I gotta keep doing this and this, because you do have those side quest missions that do repeat, but it's with moderation, and it has to fit with the story. The side quest missions are taking down the compounds, or getting to this tower, X, Y, and Z. They have purposes, and they're not the same. They're all different, literally different. And so you gotta think on you have to think on your toes how you want to do this X, Y, and Z, but not to get killed in the process. What else? Oh, there is stealth gameplay mechanics, which I do like, but I will go into why I don't like it. Not because it's bad, it's just that once you get in further in the game, stuff becomes very useless. But again, I want to focus on the good. And you're wondering, like, what the hell is he talking about? I have no idea either. Anyways, back to what I said beforehand, the gameplay is very fun and very refreshing, but what makes the gameplay even more like refreshing and just pretty much awesome is the environment of the game. The game itself is very yeah, there was a crazy bug of the physics of the game, but I don't know why I recorded that, but then I remember, like, because it was so funny and out there. Huh. Look at that. It just keeps going and going and going. What were you talking about again? Oh yes, reviewing the game and how beautiful it is. Yes. Ooh, wow. Yes, these are all clips to all I mushed together with my share factor. But anyways, the game is very beautiful. The environments, you go to a desert land, you go, this is one of the this is one of the tower missions I'm talking about, where it's always different, it's always unique. But anyways, the game is beautiful. And when you go into those tower giraffe type machinery, you can see the world in a better perspective. And I kid you not, it is very, very beautiful. The rain effects are just jaw dropping. But when you get to the mountains of the snow, I kid you not, you was like saying, damn, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. And the deserts, I love the deserts too, but it's a pain in the ass because there is sandstorms. But it's a pain in the ass in a good way, because the sandstorms add more gameplay elements, how you want to face down an enemy or sneak past the enemy, because ground enemies are more easy to trick or get away from, but enemies that are mobile in the sky are more complex to get rid of, and they're a pain in the ass too. And so going on from there, you always gotta change your game. You always gotta change your gameplay style. You gotta change, like, do this, do that. You gotta pretty much think. You have to think on the fly. And I don't know what to say else, because the game is, again, the game is just beautiful. And oh yes, the music in the game. Oh my god. Man, it's beautiful. That's like artwork. Guerrilla Games actually did something good with their gameplay mechanics, but their music has always been a little bit lacking within the Killzone series as well. But they did something really special. They actually like took their time to make the music and the sounds and the score match up with the gameplay, the story, and the environment of the game. Because when you hear the wind blow within the desert, it's identically different from the snow blowing, like a snowstorm blowing in the air. It's all unique sounds that don't repeat themselves. Shank. Anyways, and so the music, the scenery, everything just goes very, very well. And yes, I'm all over the place with this review, but because this game is all over the place in a good way. It's wild, it's crazy, it's just a jaw-dropping, beautiful made game. But it does have its issues, and the issues are very minor and very much nitpicking, but again, there are issues in some regards. Anyways, the issues come into play when you have, like, when you're jumping. The jumping mechanics are not bad. It's just confusing, because at first I was a little bit confused, like, how do I jump on here? Because the yellow ropes or in yellow type markings, you jump on those for your climbing ability to start. But it came a little bit late in the game or early, where you have to go to the edge of a cliff with like white chalk or white rock debris, and it was like hard for me, like, oh bro, okay, because it was a little bit hard for me because I was in the snowy mountains and I couldn't find any the yellow ropes or anything like that until I found, like, I jump on the rocks with white markings on it. It's like, okay, it's kind of fucking confusing because there's snow everywhere, even on the rocks. So it's like a little bit complex. Like, how the hell do I do this? Like, and then you actually got, because you gotta have it becomes where the eye has to be very, very focused on some key aspects of detail, and that's a good thing and also a bad thing, because jumping mechanics can be a little bit iffy at times, depending on the situation and depending on what mission you're playing on. Okay. And going on from there, some of this, not the story, because I love the story, but I get to that one last part. It's another good positive, but I'm going to say that good positive for the last, because I'm going to talk about that more. Anyways, back to the negative. Dealing with Aelia, whatever. Her abilities become very useful, but it goes downhill fast when you find better weapons and we pretty much learn the patterns of the enemies. Is where your skills tree becomes pretty much, it's just there, it's nonchalant, it's like a miscellaneous stuff that you can upgrade it, but in all honesty, you can beat the game without really upgrading anything besides your weapons, because your weapons are becoming, or Your weapons are okay. I got cut off from very annoying process of that. Thanks a lot, PlayStation. You're just great on recordings. Anyway, sorry from all that nonsense. Where was I? Yes. Hold up. Give me a second. Where was I? Where was I? I was right somewhere. Gameplay. Oh yes, the skills. The skills are still useful in some regards, but when it comes to like the missions or big boss missions, those skills become utterly pointless because you need to be focused. Because if you have fast reflexes and if you have pretty much good aim, you're pretty much golden. You don't really have to use any of your abilities at times. I barely use a mount. Well, you can control the robots when you override their system, which again, that's a badass cool system, but it becomes pretty much pushed to the wayside when you want to explore the world on foot, because when you do quote unquote robotic horseback riding, you kind of miss the details within the game, and that's kind of sad. And it's not like Red Dead Redemption where you ride a horse, but you can still see the beauty within the motions, and the scenery just moves very fluently with you. But when you go horseback riding in this game, the scenery just moves way too fast for my eyes, and you kind of miss the whole beauty of the game. So that's why I pretty much did like a lot of on foot type of gameplay. My gameplay, that is mostly on foot, and there is a fast travel, which again you can use it, but it was okay. It wasn't nothing too special. And so, indicating this is another problem here too. A little bit of a small problem. I mean, you have humans, but they don't play much use in the game. I mean, they do, due to one of the bad guys, but they get pushed to the wayside because you know that they have another villain, but that villain hasn't been fully developed in a way, because you've been hearing about this other enemy while dealing with a human enemy, and the human enemies are okay. They're just not that. They're not that awe-inspiring as the robots or as the main big bad of an AI called Hades, and he's one of the bad guys too. And you don't really, well, you already knew he's a bad guy, but there's more to it when you get to the end of the game on who's really behind everything. Not just Hades, but there's another character. I won't spoil it because you have to really play the game. But anyways, if they didn't add the humans in this game, like as for bad guys, it wouldn't change much about the game, because they're just there because, you know, just add more flavors and other elements you want to play within the game. But the humans are not that hard to beat. They're just annoying. I mean, the robots can be annoying too, but that annoying becomes really how you're gonna beat this monster, how you're gonna do this and that. There's so many things you gotta think about on the fly. While in humans' perspectives, they're just annoying and stupid, in my book, because they're easily tricked, just like the animals. But with the animals, you have to pretty much watch out how they can be unpredictable. He has no balls anymore. But anyways, oh wow. What was I gonna say? What was I going to say? Oh yes, and there's some stiff movements, and that's mostly, see, this is the horseback ride I'm talking about. I didn't really like it all that much because it takes away what I like about the game a lot, which is the scenery, the beautiful scenery. And plus, those damn things are not that useful in a fight. I mean, yes, there is upgrade trees that make your mount fight with you, but to be honest, that's kind of a wasteless and useless talent. We want to focus on carrying more weapons or carrying more goods and situations like that, and also purchasing points into time control of your aim, which is become the most best skill in the game itself, because horseback riding or other nonsense doesn't do shit compared to doing time slowing down while you shoot your bow and arrow. It's really cool too, by the way. And yeah, I was getting my ass kicked in this one, but that was still fun for me to play. It was annoying, but it was still fun because these are enemies I didn't face before. Oh, I faced them, but it was not like I can get two saber-tooth type machinery in the same playthrough, that is. And so this is what I like about the game. It's all unpredictable. Because when I was fighting them, watchers were actually coming out of the woodwork because, you know, watchers are scavengers. They take a lot of metal parts, whatever the case may be. And go on from there. And exploring the world again, it makes the horseback riding even more, well, mounting monsters or whatever it gets to be, makes it more not useful because again it takes away the beauty of the game. Because in the game you do go to caves, you do go to a lot of Zelda like elements and Lara Croft type tomb raiding elements as well, which are very awesome and cool to play with, and they don't repeat themselves because they're all differently unique. They are, every single last one of the getting to the compound or clearing out the compound or entering a tomb, they're not the same. None of them play the same. They're all different. Like how you get with Lara Croft's new game that was in 2008, like Tomb Raider, the beginning or whatever. How all the tombs were all different puzzles, different elements, how you have to go behind this and this. But where Tomb Raider falls in, Horizon does a great job at doing, well, what it needs to do. Make a really compelling, action-paced game. And I don't know why I was pausing here. I think it was something I had to do. Anyways. And so... I was trying to thought again. I should call this a train of thought reviews. Long train of thought reviews. Anyways. Going on from there. Again, it's just nitpicks I have about the game. Nothing too serious, nothing too big. And oh yes, the skill trees. You see, this is what I'm talking about, unpredictability, which I like a lot in this game. But the not skill trees, but the dialogue trees, they are very much misleading. They don't really add nothing to the gameplay. They don't add nothing to the story. They're just there because for shits and giggles. And cause most of the time the game will just take over the game would take over and you just relax while they deal with the story and you listen to it and all that other stupid nonsense. So the dialogue trees are pretty much pointless and don't add nothing to the gameplay, which is sad. I would like to see if they got like multiple endings, but it comes down to it that this game is very linear, like corridor linear. But again, that's not a bad thing. If games are linear, that's good. If it's good gameplay, good. It's like, if the game is linear, it's okay. This is an open world game where it's linear, but it gives you more choices how to face off against all types of missions, the elements, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. And so, being linear doesn't hurt the game at all. It actually makes the game really perfect. And this is where a lot of open world games fall prey at, with the boring side quest missions or the nonchalant enemies you face off against in the game. It becomes more of a repeating trend. Here, the trend doesn't repeat at all because since it's linear at most parts, it becomes more unique and fresh when it comes to a lot of elements within the game. Again, you meet a lot of cool characters, which you don't remember their names because it's nothing against the game at all. I mean, it's nothing against the game at all. It's just that you care about this character you're playing with, so it's like, I don't give a fuck about these assholes. I don't have time to learn their names. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Anyways, learn more about the world itself is really good. They got like recordings, like self-recordings of people within the past or present, and I mean, I don't hate those. It's just that I don't care much for those because I think they're a waste of time and waste of gameplay mechanics. But that's just me. Oh, I hate these damn things right here. Anyways, getting back to the whole scenario, I mean, there's not a lot of negatives I have with this game because I love the main character, Ayla. She's an awesome female protagonist. I love the villains, which are pretty much the robots. The game is very, very beautiful. I mean, really one of the most beautiful games I saw on a PS4 so far. And the gameplay is fun and refreshing because you have a ball with it because the controls are very smooth. Jumping is a little bit give and take depending on the situation for me, but overall I think you're gonna have a great time with this game. It's like I don't feel bad playing it. and because it doesn't feel cheap. None of the moments of the game feels cheap. What you do realize, like open world games, the story becomes cheap, which kind of fucking sucks at times. And let me stop right here because it's gonna go bad. I mean, not bad, but sorry about that. I had to pretty much stop there because I had a bad feeling that my PS4 would stop recording my voice. Which again, that doesn't sound like that. It doesn't sound that awful when you think about it. But anywho, again, like I said before, yeah, the game is beautiful. The music and scoring is just it's ear candy. Again, the beasts are unique and refreshing. They're better than the humans because the humans are nonchalant and just there. Again, it's not bad. It's just they're just there. So, because I didn't give a fuck really. Anywho, what makes this game even more perfect is the story and the ending and the end game. The end game is really fucking cool because when you learn the secrets within Horizon Zero Dawn, you be like, oh shit, that's crazy, because that came out left field for me. And when you think about it, most of those twists and turns are pretty much scientifically plausible, not in our lifetime, but down the road, when humans become more advanced. But the twists and the ending and just everything about the game, I just love it. And you will be. This is what I'm talking about here. The last boss fight right here was fucking cool. I loved it because it was a time limit and I had to pretty much focus on weak points. There was just so much going on that I loved about it, and that's pretty much what I can say. So what do I give Horizon Zero Dawn? It's an easy must-watch rating, which is a high, very like it's like a must-buy, but I like saying must-watch because it's my show. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways, again, the game is great. I think you have a great time. I love keeping the secret. I love keeping the story a secret because I think you're gonna like the story, depending on how you look at it. And I know you don't like the gameplay. The gameplay is awesome. You got thinking your feet. It's just everything else about this game that I love a lot. It's like you're fighting against Transformers, which is cool and actually very cool when you think about it. Anyways, Horizon Zero Dawn is a Transformer, Far Cry, Tomb Raider mashup game that you pretty much love a lot. I love it a lot too, and if you have good, I will buy a DLC as well because I had a good time playing this game and I want to stay in this world because I love this world within Horizon Zero Dawn. So anyways, again, it gets a very, very high must-watch rating, which again makes no sense what my reviews are. But anyways, it's my reviews, it's my show, so I don't give a fuck. So anyways, I only do one take on my videos. No script, no nothing. But anyways, this has been my thing. I love Horizon Zero Dawn. I will go back into it again and check out my other gameplay videos for this as well. Anyways, I have to get the hell out of here and get me some sleep because it is really late at night to do this stupid review. Anyways, I've been your host Isaiah. You're living in the zone. As always, do get locked low very well for me because I'll be back with more interesting videos and a review of Logan and Kong Skull Island. And as always, I have been your host. Again, I'm repeating myself, but fuck it. I've been your host, Isaiah. You're leaving the zone. Just keep it locked low very well for me, and I'll be back with more interesting videos. And also check out more of this gameplay video at the end. How I keep fucking up, but I still win at the end. Anyways, see you later.
I've got left. I can do this.
They keep coming. Knock them back.
Take them out